It's a real beautiful day today in Valley Grove. I'm going to head down to where there's a few interesting features. There's a waterfall down in the scientific and naturalist area that doesn't get a lot of attention. It's a man-made waterfall, really old. In fact, I was going to walk over here and show you guys the church where the waterfall was made from. The stones here were quarried from the creek where I'm headed, and they made a natural waterfall, or an unnatural waterfall. 1862, that's the date that the stone was mined. You can kind of see where the plaster came off around in there. Yeah, lots of interesting history down here in southern Minnesota. Usually there's not a lot of water in this waterfall, but we had a pretty big storm the last couple days, and that likely put some water in the waterfall. We'll see. I'm walking through the cemetery now. Some really old gravestones, some relatively new ones. 1881, somebody was just born, just walked by. But yeah, we'll show you some more of the natural area here in a couple minutes as I walk a little further. Believe it or not, I walked all around this naturalist conservation area looking for the waterfall, and I never found it. And then I was sitting at a equestrian event one day for my daughter's equestrian, and it turns out one of her teammates, equestrian mates, her parents live just over the hill over there, and they knew exactly where it was because I was telling them I couldn't find it. And yeah, and so they gave me kind of the directions, and I came out here, and the rest is history. So nice view from the top of the prairie. There's the two churches over there. One thing I do like about this forest that's different than the other forests in this area is that the undergrowth is all cut out, or at least never grew up like a lot of the other forests around here. So you have a pretty decent chance of not getting ticks and other bugs, and you can see pretty far through the distance. I don't know if this is a managed forest or if it's just happened to grow this way, but I do like it when there's no undergrowth. A lot of our forests here in the Minnesota kind of area are chock full of what's called, can't remember what it's called, just chock full of junk weeds underneath the tree cover, choking out all the natural vegetation. And now I'm gonna spin you around here to see the waterfall, where there's still not a lot of water, but you can see it over there. Hopefully more water than normal that I see flowing over it. And I'm going to try to go down this hill without falling on my butt and sliding down. Well, I was certainly wrong about having more water in this waterfall today. Let me turn it around and show you all. There is no water, or very little water coming out of this waterfall today. Even though we had giant storms last night. You can kind of see down below here where the water must have rushed at some point during the day or last night. But it didn't last long, that's for sure. So I know I said before this was like a quarry for those churches up above, and I wanted to just kind of show you guys where I think it started. I think the quarrying started right along this ridge here, if you see how angular that is, and not too much going on this side really, and then went all the way up the side here and probably mined out that hill, and then the waterfall moved back and back and back as they quarried out the bricks in square bricks for the church until we got all the way up here at the waterfall, which is coming up soon. You can see it there up ahead. I have to kind of watch my step because it's pretty gnarly on the ground there. And then they cut out all along here. You can see the stone color is the same color that I kind of showed you up above on where it was wearing out. It's kind of this yellowy color. Minnesota limestone. There's another good example of it right there. And then all the way up over here and around and up into that hill. And we're going to set my bag up here because I'm not coming back down. All the way up. I'm going to show you how straight it is. This little corner all mined out. But look how straight. Look how straight the wall is there. The sun's shining on it a little bit, and how straight the wall is there. A little bit of water coming over here. This way you can really see it. Very, very square all the way down. Very, very flat all the way down. I think they probably just cut layers right out of this, and then when they were done, they were done. And so I'll show you guys upstream. It's kind of cool. It's hard not to get soaking wet. But here's upstream. Somebody built a little cairn. Can't say I'm a fan of that. But almost no water upstream until they dug into the wall over here where it's straight again. So it's looking down. It's a pretty tall set of falls if it was actually running a super lot. Look how straight that is. Like it was cut all the way out. Right angles like that don't really occur in nature. So, and then it's all flat right here, so I don't know if they cut some stuff out of here either, or this used to be the top of the bed. And if you look way over to the distance, the top of the place where I started, right along there, is almost level with where I am at now. It's an interesting place. This is called a naturalist and scientific area. Although people aren't supposed to build those. So whoever did that, shame on you.